I am Aniket Kulkarni. I am software architect at Dremio. I'm focusing on our overall AI roadmap. Dremio is an intelligent lakehouse platform. It's actually a data lake engine where you can query data without needing to move your data anywhere, just in situ, just query the data, and not just that, but the ability to have disparate data sources, data sources ranging from plain old object storage all the way to other RDBMS systems or other catalogs like Iceberg catalogs, like Glue catalogs, and data stored backed by such catalogs. If you take a step back and look at given a data lake and a data lake engine, what is it that a person would want to do? And I would say rather than a person, an analyst or an agent, because finally we are going to talk about AI and what AI agents mean. So for either of these personas, what do they want to do over here with data on a data lakehouse? Well, you would want to access your data. Uh, you would want to find the right data, understand the data that you have found, and then take some actionable insights. And on the side, optimize your performance doing each of these because you probably need to do this over and over again. Dremio has offerings both for on-premise and for the cloud, and the offering is indeed the Dremio Lakehouse platform. The platform itself comes in two different flavors. One is fully managed offerings, which are there both on cloud, known as Dremio Cloud, or Dremio Software, which also comes as a managed offering on customers' premises or within the customer's VPC. As well as you have a totally on-prem offering, more of a software self-managed offering of the same Lakehouse platform. To underscore some of the things that set us apart in each of these offerings, from a semantic layer standpoint, you have the ability to actually bring together multiple data sources, stitch them together in an intelligent semantic layer, which is then enhanced by an intelligent semantic search. This allows you to effectively build, let's say, a medallion architecture, if a bronze, silver, gold layer, if you want, or make it easier for your consumers, as in the consumers of the downstream data analyst and consumers of this platform, the ability to discover the products easily, use the products effectively, data products and effectively, and so on. And finally, in each of these platforms, the core data engine is the same. It is powered by Apache Arrow, and Apache Iceberg is our native bread and butter format. So along with this, having the ability for autonomous reflections, which means as the system processes your queries, figuring out how to arrange your reflections to actually accelerate your queries, as well as Iceberg clustering, which means that automatically the system can cluster or rearrange your Iceberg files to map to your map to the partitioning schemes for those Iceberg tables. These two, among other features, are key to get really fast sub-second performance for most of our queries. Even if, let's say, SQL is so ubiquitous everywhere, even then, what we are seeing is the data analysts want to take this agent thing to the next level and say, what if the agents can make this better and faster using natural language rather than the end users having to do SQL? So what does that mean? So that doesn't really just mean using generative AI for rewriting SQL queries. It may be a part of it, but the trend that we are seeing is most customers are investing to have a platform where the analyst can then ask the platform and ask the platform maybe explorative questions, and then maybe introspective questions. What do I mean by that? Well, explorative question would be things like uh, what are the overall patterns that I see? Let's say in my loan data. Let's say if I were a bank, I would say, well, in my loan data, and then they want the platform to actually figure out which of the data products that they have on their data lake map to loan data, do some analysis, maybe some iterative analysis, and actually help them with insights, and and that would actually help reduce the grunt work that the analysts do, and in some cases even some of the more involved work that the end analysts do to get them to quickly zero in on insights faster. So this is a pretty big trend that we see, and then you have the introspective trend where what they are expecting is if I'm using a data engine like we have been talking about Dremio right now, I would like the engine to be aware of what it is doing. Yeah, they would like the engine to be introspective, understand how things are happening within it, and then adapt or help them make changes to adapt it to be more efficient, to be more effective for the workloads that they are doing. So overall, these are the true the two trends that we are seeing: the explorative one and the introspective one, where agents are working shoulder to shoulder with actual human analysts to be a productivity multiplier. Dremio is actually very well set to do both these trends. The first trend was the productivity multiplier for the external analyst. Uh, everybody uses, everybody has used ChatGPT and other LLMs where you probably attach some documents or you attach some context to it and ask questions. If that but if you extend that to all the data on your data lake, you can't possibly and practically attach all that data to your LLM and then ask questions. So that is where Dremio's MCP server comes into the picture, where MCP, the model context protocol server that Dremio has just released and open source, by the way, has that helps by actually teaching the LLMs, or I should say, what it allows the agent platform and the LLM to do is know what are the tools available, which means, oh, here's how within this lakehouse, within this intelligent lakehouse, you can look up data for what the LLM is trying to do. If it is trying to zero in on loan data, here's how you quickly zero in on that, rather than taking the entirety of your lakehouse and trying to go through it. Here's how you do it. Here's how you hook into semantic search to quickly get to the data. Here's how you run a SQL to get parts of the data that the LLM deems are important for answering the question, getting the insights. Do that at a sub-second speed, courtesy of reflections, autonomous reflections, among other, and iceberg clustering, among other things. And that means that you have the entirety. You can actually use all your data lake as your knowledge corpus, so that the LLM can then derive insights quickly and iterate really quick, because that's what LLMs are good at. While the second trend being that the expectation that the product itself should continue to, what I call as dog fooding done the best, right? So the product itself should look at how it is being used and use this intelligence, this AI aspect to better itself. And I just referred to autonomous reflections, iceberg clustering as things that and semantic search, where the product is looking within to figure out what are the relevant things, how can I make those relevant things faster, what are the things that are being used more often by the customers, and how by the workload, and how can I make it faster and more effective. And that way, Dremio is very well suited to execute on both these trends.